let's address the elephant in the room. I went to trim up my mustache and forgot to put the guard on. So yeah, I'm looking like Logan, but that's okay. At least it grows back. I'll see you in a couple of weeks with a brand new mustache. But until then, I am rocking this look right here. Kind of like it. It's okay. I'll get used to it. My family, however, they are looking. My son said, look, it looked like I didn't exist. That if he touched me, I wouldn't be there. I don't know. But anyway, let's get into it. My wife just looks at me weird. Yeah, so there you go with that. But anyway, now that we got the pleasantries out of the way, the Detroit Lions hosted a local visit today where players could come to visit with them locally. That it did not count against the Detroit Lions 30 pre-draft visits. As you know, each NFL team has 30 pre-draft visits. They have to be very selective on who they bring in when it comes to those pre-draft visits because you only get 30. And I know that they used up all 30 last year, and I think that they have to be done relatively soon with the draft being about 2 weeks away. They have to 2 weeks from Thursday. They have to be done I want to say it's a week before the NFL draft, but it's a couple notable names on here. This is coming from Dave Burkett. I pay for this, so you don't have to. This is coming. Most of his stuff is behind the paywall. I don't mind it. He is one of the best to do it. Couple names down here. Darius Robinson. Okay, the defensive lineman out of Missouri. Couple other names. Defensive back Mike Sanrastil and wide receiver Roman Wilson. Now, this is very intriguing to me. I don't know if any of these guys or either of these guys, the wide receiver and cornerback from Michigan, if they have come on a pre-draft visit. But shout out to my guy. Previous guys have said this, that if the Detroit Lions bring somebody in for 30, one of their pre-draft visits, they're more than likely to draft them. Like they're going to be more than likely one of the people that they draft. So I got me wondering. The Detroit Lions need a wide receiver. Now, I don't believe that they're going to take a wide receiver in the first round. I just do not believe that that's going to happen with the lack of a pass rush. I know we got Broderick Martin, we have James Houston, and we have DJ Reader. I just don't think that that's enough. I don't think that's enough for you to pass on a first-round defender. But the Lions could possibly try to, you can't put anything past Brad Holmes. So they could try to come up and get somebody like a Verse or a Turner, somebody that's probably going to be gone before they wind up picking at 29. I believe that they're going to go back. Now, I was talking to one of my guys yesterday, and he thinks Kool-Aid McKinstry will be the pick at pick 29 if he is there. If not, the Detroit Lions will trade back. I think it might be a way, possibly, for the Detroit Lions to trade back. I don't know, man. Pick 29. If he's there, they're probably going to, I don't know who they're going to take. I really don't know. But I think Brad has some finagling up his sleeve, and we haven't seen him pick this late in the draft, but I think he's going. We're going to really see what he's made of this year. I mean, he's drafted phenomenally, but remember he said that this is when, like, he enjoys this part right here. He actually likes picking later in the draft because you have to do more homework. So he is looking forward to this. So I'm trying to figure out a way. Can we snag all three of these guys? Could we possibly bring in Sanders Steele? We need a cornerback, second round pick. Could we bring in a Darius Robinson as well? I wouldn't mind him. That's the guy that I think the Detroit Lions are going to pick. I truly believe that, especially if Kool-Aid is off the board. But I think that we're going to go with a defensive pass rush unless he managed to somehow. It's going to be tough because our next pick is not until 61. So he would have to somehow trade back and snag the two guys that he wants. But is it a way that we can snag all three? Let's take a look at the Detroit Lions draft picks for 2024. We did give up our third round pick was somewhere in the mid 80s, I believe it was. Could have been as maybe 91, somewhere around there. But we gave that up for Carlton Davis III. So at pick 29, if Brad stays there, would you be mad if he took, who do you want at 29? Do you want a edge rusher or do you want, so in this case, do you want a Darius Robinson or do you want Kool-Aid McKinstry? Put in the comments below right now, which one of those players would you want? Now, I believe the Detroit Lions are going to trade back and try to get a 2-for-1. Think they're going to fall back, maybe go back a couple spots, pick up an extra pick or so and snag two. So if you are picking one guy, you take either Kool-Aid or Darius with pick 29. Is it possible that you can somehow get both of these, Roman Wilson and Mikey Sandersteele, with pick 61 and 73? Well, let's take a look at where Tankathon has those gentlemen going. Late second round picks for Mikey at 61. And then we go here for 51, Roman Wilson. So if we wanted to probably take Mikey might be there at 61. And we are picking what? We're picking 61. So right there, he would have us coming to the Detroit. But I don't think that's where he's mocked to come to the Detroit Lions. Let's see where he is mocked to come, because I'm very interested to see if he's 61, then he should be mocked to come to us at 61. And they got us taking Braylon Trice. I don't really care for this guy. I would not want to take him at pick 61. I'd much rather take somebody ahead of him. So if we got Mikey at 61, I'm sorry, Mikey at 51 and Roman at, hold on, threw myself off. Okay, Roman at 51 and Mikey at 61, and the Detroit Lions having what they have as far as draft capital, is it possible that we can snag all three of those guys? And how would you feel if we bring in Roman Wilson, Mikey Sandersteele, and Darius Robinson early in the draft? I think two defenders and one offensive weapon, I wouldn't be mad at that at all. I wonder where they have Zach Zinter going, because I'm pretty sure he's going to fall due to that injury. So this is going to be intriguing. You know, 2 years ago, I was really excited. I should have been more excited about Penei Sewell, but I wasn't that excited because, you know, it's an offensive lineman and they don't get a bunch of love, but this guy is a generational talent. So that was a win-win. But it's not that I didn't like it. It wasn't a sexy pick, but he is definitely a sexy pick now. So now let's go to 2022. A lot of people thought it was going to be Kayvon Thibodeau. Some people were even screaming Malik Willis at 2, which was the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life, but I think Malik Willis is going to be playing in the XFL or UFL in a few years, if not next year. He's going to join Matt Corral very soon in the yes, Matt Corral. He's going to join Matt Corral in the UFL very soon. So last year, you got Aiden Hutchinson. That was a no-brainer in 2022. Last year is when the surprise kicked in. Brad was just like, you know what? Whatever you think I'm going to do, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to throw the entire draft world off, and I'm going to take Jahmyr Gibbs at 12, Jack Campbell at 18. I'm going to finagle in the second round and get Brian Branch and take a stud in Sam Laporta, right? So there's no telling what Brad Holmes will do. But how would you feel? Is that a lineup you wouldn't be opposed to? Now, you can put Darius or Kool-Aid at 29. And how would we get? The only thing I could really see is if Mikey falls from 61 to 73, or it kind of like that St. Brown situation where you feel like you could slide in and maybe get him or trade up a little bit and get him 5'9". He is on the shorter side, but dude is a dog, man. He really is. I like the way he plays, physical guy. I would love to have him on this team. I mean, we already have a shorter corner, I believe. I don't think one of the guys that we just brought in is in 6 feet, but, you know, they could be. I don't know. Maybe it's somebody else I'm confusing them with. All of these guys started to run together after a while. You've been doing this for so long. So I wouldn't be mad. Can he pull it off? Yes, Brad could pull it off. Maybe we take Kool-Aid or Darius at 29. I'm going to be mad if we don't get an edge rusher, though. I really, really am. I don't know when. I want one at 29, but if Brad can finagle one, because here's the deal. With what we did in free agency, I don't trust Marcus Davenport. I do not trust James Houston. I do not trust, it's not that I don't trust Matthew Betts. I know he's on the team. I haven't forgot about him, but dude was in the CFL for a reason. He really was. I'm not going to say that he's going to come in here and get 18 sacks. He's not going to average, you know, more than a sack a game. Then he could, you know what I'm saying? I said something very similar about Bruce Irvin. He came in, got the 1 sack. You guys were laughing at me, and then he disappeared after that, right? So I just would like for us to have at least a guy that will somewhat help Aiden Hutchinson, that you have to account for, because I don't think that guy is Matthew, James, or Marcus Davenport. That's just my opinion. But I understand that if we get a corner, that corner in the first round would have a 5th-year option down the line. So you would have at least one side of the field locked up for the next 4 years, at least, with the option of a 5th. So I get what he would do. And with Mike Dana off the board now, going back to the Kansas City Chiefs, there is 0 people out there that I would, want to get as far as free agents. So I know Brad can make work his magic, but what if the first 3 picks were either Kool-Aid or Darius? Let me know which one of those guys you would want in the comments below. And then the 2nd round pick was Roman, and the 3rd round pick was Mikey Sandersteele. Which one how would that be? That'd be 3 Michigan Wolverines we got on the team. It's not a homer thing that I'm talking about. It just was something that I kind of thought about when I saw that they had come for a visit. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Wouldn't be mad. We'd get 2 defenders, both positions of need, one more pressing. That's why I would take an edge in the 1st round, and I would take Sandersteele in the 3rd. I really would, man. So I wouldn't be mad at that at all, but let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I would like to thank my member who just hit a month today. You know what? I should have said something yesterday because I don't have it pulled up, but don't you worry. I will get you in the next video because it was only one today. And I also want to let you guys know that this lion behind me, the link is always in the description. I'm going to put a graphic up on the screen very soon. I'm going to be mentioning the lion. I don't get any revenue from this lion, but I know a lot of you guys like it. A lot of you ask, where is it from? And very few of you look in the description. So I'm going to start pushing it pretty hard from now on, especially with the draft coming and the new black one coming out. I'm hoping that there's some type of black in the uniform, man. And that the black lion release with the uniform release, man, that'd be fantastic. So the giveaway will be happening on Thursday. So if you did comment on the live stream from Thursday and you are a public subscriber, you are entered. It will be happening live. So make sure if you are a participant that you tune in. It's going to happen sometime during the show. All right. So tune in to that. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions. It's almost time for the NFL draft.